Hey survivors, Zfast here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the top 5 best creature and animal mods in Ark Survival Evolved. These mods will add tons of new high quality creatures and animals to your Ark that you can tame, ride and mess around with. I've already made a video covering the top 5 best dinosaur mods, so this video's mods will focus more on fictional creatures and animals, and all of the links to these mods can be found in the description below. So coming in number 5 is Dino Hybrids and More. This mod definitely has the most bizarre creatures on this list, but the mod also brings a unique genetic system with tons of chemistry, modern materials and futuristic technology. Since these hybrids require very advanced technology and materials, you'll have to wait till very late game in order to use these creatures. So everything that's made in this mod, including the creatures, is made in the genetic workbench. I'll just look it up here. So here it is, level 100. So yeah, you can see it's a very late game thing. And it costs very high end materials too. So yeah, that's the genetic workbench. And just put it down here. So inside of here, this is where you make all the DNA. So this will help you with the hybrid creation process, which I'll get to after I show you the structures and stuff. So yeah, there's the DNA, the eggs for the hybrids. Extracted hybrid DNA, and super hybrid DNA. So that's where all of the DNA stuff happens. And then there's the saddle manufacturing bench, where you just make all the saddles for the hybrids. And then there's the advanced chemistry bench. So this is where all of the chemistry stuff happens. So in here, there's a lot of very complex materials. So there's like calcium, cholesterol, or however you say that, steel ingots, elastomer, and all of this. So all of this is crafted in this crafting table. And you can also make these other things, so like acids and stuff. But the main part of this station is the extracted blood. Oops, not that one. The genomic extraction. So here you can make these extraction fluids for a lot of the normal creatures in Ark. So after you make this, you put it in the inventory of the creature, which is the raptor, and then you extract its DNA. And once you extract the DNA, you'll have a blood pack with the DNA in it. Once you have that blood pack with DNA, you can go to the genetic workbench, and you can craft the DNA. And then once you have the DNA, you start using this fusion generator, which I'll get to soon. So in the next one is the high-tech fabricator. In here there's a lot of modern day technology and stuff. So there's the fusion generator, voltage cables and stuff like that. There's also a hard drive and stuff, and some carbon armor, which is a new set of armor that this mod adds. So yeah, this is where you make the fusion generator, and using this you can put the DNA samples that you have and you can research them using this fusion generator, which is also hooked up to a genetic research station. So yeah, this is where you put your hard drive and put in the DNA to research it. So then after you do all of that complex things, you can start making these creatures. Oh yeah, and there's also this other structure, which is the hybrid boss terminal. So you can fight much more powerful bosses. So instead of Alpha Dragon, this is a Omega Dragon. So yeah, they'll be much more stronger than the normal bosses, and you'll need the hybrids to fight them. So the first hybrid I have here is the Carnoraptor, which is a hybrid between the raptor and the Carno. So it's like a faster Carno and a stronger raptor. There's the Spinoraptor, so it's like a stronger raptor that's good for the water. Akumu, which is like a Allosaurus and Pegomastax hybrid. And there's the Ankylodochus, which is a hybrid between a Diplo and an Anky. So you can harvest stone and that. there's a Avis Felis. I don't know how to say that. And it's like a Rock Drake and Thylocolio together. There's the Sanagi, which is a Lamentria and a Gasbag hybrid. And there's the Fukutsu, and this is like a Indominus Raptor, like from the Jurassic Park movies. So this guy's like a much stronger raptor. And there's the Kitsune, which is a giant Managama. He is much bigger than the original, as you can see me next to him. And he's also stronger and has different abilities like that. Oh yeah, and he has like electricity. So he's like the hybrid with the Electrophorus in the Managama. There's the Kentrosaurus Rex, which is a Rex and Kentro hybrid. So it has like the Kentro spikes. So he'll be like a Rex, but with the spike abilities too. The Mutake, which is like a Indominus Rex. So he'd be a more powerful Rex. And there's the Stegoceratops, which is a massive Triceratops, as you can see me next to him. So that's a Trike and a Stegosaurus together. And there's a Pegasus back here. So he's like a, yeah, he's, everyone knows what a Pegasus is. It's just a horse with wings. And then there's the Thorajara, which it looks like the Tropicognathus, or whatever it's called, the one from Crystallis. So this guy is a Tapejara and a Thorny Dragon together. So this guy can fly and shoot spikes. Then there's the Incendiaris, and these two next ones are super hybrids. So they're different to the rest of these, which are just normal hybrids. So it means that it's a lot of creatures bred together, not just two of them. Well, not bred together, but, you know, mixed together. So this is the Incendiaris. It's like an Anki that's much bigger than a normal Anki, and it can use fire, like the Phoenix can. Then there's the Stegarion, which is this weird looking thing, and it has butterflies on it, which is very weird. I didn't even know what this is made out of. I think a Stego and maybe, I don't know, a wolf. Yeah, it's a very weird creature. So I won't ride all of them, because it's quite a lot. So I'll just ride the Incendiaris guy. I can't even pronounce that right. So he's pretty slow, like an Anki. And you can see him running here. And he can do a tail whip. Do a little bite. And yeah, so it's basically just a normal Anki. However, he does much more damage. So I'll just go over to this creature and attack it. Okay, I've gotten up to the creature. This is a mountain goat from another one of the mods on this list. So I'll just attack him. So yeah, he does a lot of damage. And then it applies a flame effect. Okay, there we go. 2 hits and it's dead. So yeah, he does quite a lot of damage. And sets things on fire. And you can also... can he harvest berries? Okay, yeah. With his bite, he can harvest berries. And he can also harvest stone, like a normal Anki. And then, I'm pretty sure he smelts this in his inventory. Yeah, he has 4 metal ingots already. So yeah, he's like a walking furnace. And a much stronger Anki, who can apply fire to creatures. So yeah, that's the Dino Hybrids and more mod. Coming in number 4 is Additional Creatures Aquaria. This mod adds tons of aquatic creatures and animals to Ark's oceans and rivers, all of them with unique models, abilities, and attacks. So there's no special structures like with the Dino Hybrids mod, so I'll just get straight into the creatures. So first we have the Zygofester. He's like a dolphin whale thing, and he's pretty good for hunting and stuff. There's the Animalocaris, who's good at harvesting pearls, I think. And then we have a little fish, an arowana. So he's just basically a fish. The East Monistus. I'll turn off my HUD. And he does a lot of damage, and he applies the bleed effect. So he's good for fighting. The Hammerhead. He looks kinda derpy. So yeah, the Hammerhead, he's good at hunting. He's like a Megalodon, but slightly faster, and you can use predator vision and stuff like that. Octopus. I forgot what the octopus does. I think you can just, well, you can ride him, and you can like squeeze in tight spaces. The swordfish, the Titan sailfish actually. So this guy is the fastest mount in the game, pretty much. He's extremely fast. I'll ride him once I show the rest of the creatures. There's a pike, so it's just a little fish. An orca, so it's a killer whale. So he's basically a whale that's good for hunting. There's another fish here. It's called the perch. And there's a vampire squid. And this guy gives you an experience buff, and the creatures around it as well. So it's kind of like a Lystro, but for the ocean. And then there's the great white shark. Yep, great white shark. And this guy is like a Megalodon, but he hits harder, and he can eat prey whole. So that's pretty scary. And there's the Kronosaurus. He's just basically a good hunter. And there's the Ophthalmosaurus. I probably butchered that name, but it's fine. So he's kind of like an Ichthy, but the predator version and the much bigger version. And you can also dive in and out of the water. And we have this, what's this called? The Hydra Arcos. So he's kind of like a Bacillo, but he doesn't produce oil. And I think he does more damage or something, or maybe he's faster. There's a lot of creatures in this mod, so I can't remember what all of them do. And then there's the biggest one. This is called the Shonisaurus. So he is, I think he's around the same size as a Mosa. He's very big. And he does extra damage to Tuceratoothuses. So those are the squids. So yeah, those are all the ones that, all the creatures that stay in the water. And there's these other creatures from this mod. Oh, it's foggy. That's kind of depressing. Okay, I'll be back once the fog is gone. Okay, there we go. The fog is gone now. So first of all, there's the fiddler crab. So these are like the land dweller creatures of this mod. So there's the fiddler crab, and you can pick them up. There you go. And they also produce crab claws in the inventory over time that you can cook and eat, and it doesn't harm them at all. So it's basically just free food. And there's the walrus. He's a very big walrus. So he's good for going on land and water, but he is very slow on land. Yeah, and he's much faster in the water. And then there's the leopard seal, which is kind of like the walrus, but the smaller, weaker version, but he's probably faster. So yeah, now I'll ride a couple of them. So first of all, I'll ride the Titan sailfish to show you how fast he is. Here he is. He looks so cool as well. Okay, I have to try to not crash into the shore. Okay, so when you just swim normally, he goes pretty slowly, but then when you start sprinting, he goes extremely fast, as you can see. Like this is definitely the fastest creature. Look at this speed. Okay, I'll get back to the other creatures. Oh yeah, I'll show the bite. So he just has like a bite thing, and he jabs his horn thing, and yeah, that's all of his attacks pretty much. But he is extremely fast. I've never seen anything this fast. Okay, so yeah, that's the sailfish. Then I'll ride the hammerhead. Here he is, the great hammerhead shark. So I'll just come out here, to the open. So here's his bite. It just does a normal bite. But then he has another bite. And he has one more bite. So all these bites look the same, but they gather different materials. One of them is good for just meat and stuff. The other's good for pills, and the other's good for trilobites, I'm pretty sure. And then there's predator vision. So he can just go like thermal vision, like the snow owl's one, which will help him find creatures more easily, which is very helpful for underwater because of how murky everything is. As you can see, the difference. And these hammerheads also work well in packs. So if you tame a pack of them, then they'll be much stronger. Okay, so next I'll ride the Shonisaurus, which is this massive one over here. He's not that fast. Oh, I need a saddle for him. Okay, I put a saddle on him. Okay, there we go. So you can see how massive he is now. So he's a decent speed. I think he's maybe a bit slower than the most are. So I'll show his attacks. I'll have to zoom out a lot. Okay, so here's his bite, which will do extra damage to the Tusoteuthis. He has a bellow thing, which will scare creatures away. And then there's this like flail thing, and this is good for if there's creatures behind you, so you can do this to whack them away. And he also has thermal vision, like the hammerhead does. And yeah, that's all of his attacks. So he has quite a lot, and he looks very cool as well. He is massive. Okay, and then I'll ride the walrus. I'll just get over to him. So as you saw before, he's pretty slow on land. Kind of just flaps around. But once you get into the water, he is quite a bit faster. He's like around the speed of a megalodon. So he kind of just swims around. And I'll show the attacks. So there's this tusk jab, and this applies the bleed effect. And there's a raw thing, another raw thing, and yeah. So basically it's just a water and land mount, but he's very slow on the land. And he does quite a lot of damage. But on the land, I can also do the tusk jab, and I can do this slower tusk jab, which will do more damage than the first one. But it has more of a cooldown. Coming number 3 is Dead Survival. This mod is a bit different to the other mods on this list, as it doesn't add living creatures, but instead undead humans. In this mod, hordes of zombies will spawn around the map and constantly try to kill you, similar to most zombie games. The zombies are attracted to loud sounds, infect you to have zombie plague, can attack up to wooden and stone structures, and can survive under the sunlight. Every night there is a chance that a zombie horde will spawn around a random player, and every 10 minutes there's a small chance of an airdrop being dropped from a passing plane. Along with adding tons of zombies, this mod also adds a lot of unique zombie drops, food, medicine, clothes, and structures. Okay, so the 5 different zombie types are all in this cage here that I made, and I'm in creative mode right now, and I'm invisible, so none of them can see me, so that's why they're not attacking me right now. So first there's the walker, which is like this generic looking zombie. So these are just plain zombies that walk around and try to kill you. And there's 6 variants of this type. 6 variants, so they... Oops, he just walked through me. So there's 6 different models for this type of zombie, but I could only get 2 when I spawned them. So that's the white shirt guy and the flannel guy. And then there's the bloaters, which are these chubby people who are very flabby, and these guys will blow up when they get too close to you or when you attack them. So they're like suicide bombers, and there's 2 variants for them. I couldn't get the other one to come in though, so I just got 2 of the shirtless ones. And then there's the security, so these SWAT guys. There's 3 different types, and they're like walkers, but they have more health and probably hit a bit harder too. Oh, he just that freaked me out. So yeah, there's the security guards, and there's 3 variants for them. Oh yeah, and they also drop ammo and stuff when they die. And then there's scientists, so they're like doctor zombies, and they drop medicine and that sort of stuff when they die. And there's 3 variants for them. And then there's the Juggernaut, which is this giant one, and he's like a tank. So he has tons of health and does tons of damage. I'll just go into 3rd person so you can see them next to me. So yeah, the Juggernaut is very big, and the rest of them are shorter than me. And the Juggernaut, when he walks, he's walking with style. Okay, so yeah, those are the 5 zombie types. So now I'll show you the structures. So all the structures from this mod are made in the blueprint vendor. So I'll show you the engram for this first. Okay, so it's lent at level 1, and it costs 20 rags, 80 wood, 2 zombie arms, 1 zombie head, and 2 zombie legs. So most of that stuff, all of that stuff actually, besides the wood, you'll get from killing zombies. So when you place this down, you get like a friendly zombie guy behind this table. So in here, you can make ammo. So you can make flame arrows using 5 zombie heads, and that'll give you 10 arrows. There's also stone arrows and shock arrows. The shock arrows are unique to this mod. And then there's the building stuff, which I'll show you soon because I put them all down. But yeah, basically, they all cost zombie heads and zombie arms and stuff. And these are actually just the blueprints. So once you make the blueprints for the building stuff, they'll be down here. And with these blueprints you can actually craft them, which will, most of the things just use normal arc materials, but for the blueprint you'll need to use the zombie heads and stuff. So then there's the decorations, which just includes tires, so it's just tire decorations. See, that's where you craft most of the stuff in this mod. So then I put down the structures. There's a small effigy, which will make zombies not spawn in this area, and I can show the radius, and you can see where the zombies aren't gonna spawn, because I have this effigy here. And there's a large one, so this is just a larger radius. You can see it goes further down, and it looks different too. And then there's the shanty walls, so it's a new type of building material. I think it's around the same strength as stone. See, this is the shanty stuff, and this is the shanty doorway and door. And then we have a shanty railing. So here we have the reanimated musician. So after you craft this and place it down, you need to put in a control collar, which is basically, it's like a tamed zombie that you have. So when you put the collar in here, you'll have a friendly zombie playing music. Okay, I'll just take that out now, because the music's kind of annoying. And then there's the reanimated tailor. So there's just a zombie worker there. And this guy, he'll just make clothes for you. So there's hats, clothing, pants, and all of that. And there's all of these items I've put down in here. So this is the shanty building. So this is one item, one building that you can craft and place down. And there's also these decorative tires, which was in the decoration slot before. So there's a tire stack. This is small, large, small, medium, large. So in here, I just put down some storage to show all the items. So these are the unique resources from this mod. There's bloater bile, eyeballs, fingernails, glass, pearls, plague sample, plastic, rubber, zombie arm, zombie head, zombie leg, acid, and rags. And then there's the food and medicine. So there's a candy bar, canned corn, canned olives, canned peas, canned soup, granola bar, orange drink, purple drink, putrid zombie meat, raw zombie meat, antibiotics, bandage, medkit, painkillers, stim pack, zombie plague cure, which will cure you of the zombie plague, and a syringe. So most of the stuff you'll just find on dead zombies, but you can also find them in supply crates from the plane drops that you can see in the sky. Then there's the weapons and misc. So here's a catch pole, which you can use to catch zombies. I'll show you how that works soon. Firecrackers, so you can distract the zombies. Shock arrow, empty control collar. I'll just take this with me for now. And there's a active control collar, so this has a walker with it right now. Yellow key cards, which you need to use to open supply crates, and you'll just find these in zombie inventories. Pearl necklace, and a tire. So then after those, there's the clothing. So there's quite a lot of clothing. There's a lot of hats, shirts, pants, shorts, shoes, and then a invisible skin, which will just make it look like you're naked. So yeah, there's quite a lot of clothing, and I'll try on some of them to show you what they look like. So I'll just put these on. Actually, I'll come outside and go into third person. So you can see me with the hat right now. And I can just drag the skins on. Okay. So you can see me now. I look like a normal human. A modern day human. With a camo shirt, cargo shorts, and some sneakers. Oops, I hit my head. See it, that's a very nice decoration. Clothing I mean. See it now, okay, so here's some mod zombies. So I'll set the time to night, and I'll make it so that I'm not invisible anymore, so you can see them more in action. Oh yeah, but in day they will attack you too, but it's just more scary at night, I guess. Okay, there you go. I've made it nighttime, and I'm also no longer invisible, so they can see me, and will try to attack me. But I'm still in creative mode, so they can't actually damage me. This bloater will still explode though. Oh yeah, and he killed the zombies around him. So I'll just show you this control collar. So this is the catch pole that's equipped, and I have a control collar in my inventory, which is what's dangling at the end. So I can throw it at this guy. Oh, okay, I can't catch this zombie. I need to use a walker one. So that's like this guy here. It's kind of hard to set up. Okay, there you go. So now you can see that collar on him, and it says capture. So I just click capture, and I've captured the zombie. And now in my inventory, I'll have a control collar. And with that, I can use it on the shop over there. Like the musician thing. So yeah, that's how you catch a zombie. That's pretty much the only thing you can do with them once you capture them. So yeah, this mod is like an overhaul mode. And you have to be very careful not to die. So yeah, it's a very difficult mod. It brings a whole new aspect to Ark. Coming number 2 is Shad's Atlas imports. This mod brings the animals and creatures from the pirate game Atlas into Ark. Since these are official creatures from another game, their models and animations look amazing. And thanks to Shad loss, these creatures work well with Ark's normal creatures and spawn naturally in the wild. So this mod doesn't have any structures or anything like that, so I'll just get straight into the creatures. So first we have the Razortooth, which is kind of like a Yeti, but he looks a bit different, and he's the Atlas version. Then we have a Shieldhorn. He's kind of like a Trike, but I don't even know what he looks like. He's kind of like a lizard, I guess. A big lizard. And then we have a Naga, the snake is called. So this is a giant snake. You can see me next to it. Not as big as the basilisk, but actually it's probably close to the basilisk. And then there's the rattlesnake. A giant rattlesnake. He was so pretty big. And you can see down there on his tail, there's like a rattle thing. There's the tiger, the Atlas tiger, the lions. There's male ones and the female ones, and they have a pack bonus thing. The gorgon, which is like Medusa, pelagic crocodile, Atlas horse, Atlas Kodiak bear. He looks so cool. He's like a more slender bear, and he's bigger than the normal dire bear too. An ostrich, flying fisherman, which is kind of like a bat, a leatherwing, a feral boar, a elephant, which is a very interesting looking thing. His nose is kind of sus. And the Atlas giraffe, pangolin rhinoceros. I pronounced that so wrong. Capuchin, so he's like a little monkey, and you can carry him on your shoulder. Forest elephant, he's like a elephant with these special tusks, and he is very, very big, but not as big as some of the normal dinosaurs from Ark. A grand tortuga, which is a very weird thing. I don't even know what this is. It's like a fish crab thing. And there's a Heracles. It's just a giant parrot. It's bigger than me. You can actually ride this. Just fly around. So then we have these giant creatures. So these aren't really animals anymore. These are more mythical. So there's the drake. He's like a dragon, pretty much. Hydra. Infernal. Lodestone golem. And a Mongol cyclops. And there's also the water creatures. So there's the Aegis. So he's just like a friendly whale. There's the Harbinger, which is a much bigger whale, and it isn't friendly. It is very deadly. Very huge too. Savage Hammerhead. Then we have a Siren, which is a mythical thing, so it's not really animal or anything like that. Then we have a fish, a Gargan tuna, a derp mouth cod, oh wait, I missed one down here, a neomarlin, Paraiba catfish, so it's just a giant catfish, a luminous anglerfish, so he's a tiny anglerfish, a Midgard moray, and he's like an eel, a phantom manta, which is a giant manta, and a leech viper, which is a underwater snake, and lastly is the Jiba dolphin. So he's just a tiny little dolphin. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so now I'll ride some of the creatures. I'll start with the elephant. There he is. So I'll just show his animations and that stuff. So he's pretty fast. Very fast actually. And I'll go into third person so you can see his animation. Then I'll show the attacks. So that's just his tusk jab. Then he has a stomp. And a different kind of stomp. This one is both legs. This one is more just... This is like an emote. And yeah. So there's his attacks and stuff. And you can see his saddle is very colourful too. Next I ride the Harbinger, because he looks very cool. He's so huge too. Okay. I'll get him into the ocean, because I'm kind of just stuck here right now. Okay, he has a very... He's so big. Okay. He has a very interesting swimming animation. He's like swimming realistically. So his first attack is a bite. Then he has another bite. Oh, but this one is slower. So this one will probably apply the bleed effect. Oh, there's a shark here. This guy, he's attacking me. This fool. Oh, you can bite him. Yeah, he's in my mouth right now, kind of. And I added the bleed effect. Okay, there you go. I killed the Megalodon in 2 bites. And then there's an emote. And thermal vision. Like the creatures from the Aquaria mod. And then... Oops, I just turned it back on. And yeah, so that seems to be it. So yeah, that's the Harbinger. Next I'll show the Grand Tortuga thing. I don't even know what this is. It's so weird. It's so big too. You can see his face here. Okay. I'll just gamma down. And I'll zoom out. So this is his walking. This is his sprinting. Oh, the parrot's in my way. Okay, there you go. That's him sprinting. Okay. And then his attacks. So he just has like a bite. And a headbutt. A tail whip. And then he like opens his wings. Which is very interesting. You can see. And you can just like see his fish body inside. So yeah, that's basically all for this guy. Then I'll just show one of these giant creatures. So I'll just show you the Drake and the Hydra. So the Drake, he's basically just the dragon. This is him running around. He's very huge. And then obviously he can fly. I think he's like the same size as the dragon boss. So he can bite. And then do a little claw thing. And breathe fire. And yeah. So that's the Drake. He's so cool. Imagine seeing these just in the wild. Okay, I'll try to land. There you go. He's so fast on the ground as well. Then I'll show the Hydra. So this guy has 5 heads. And he has very interesting attacks. So this is his walking. Oh wait, no, this is his walking. And this is his sprinting. Then I can bite. Oh wait, no, that's like a slash. Then I can do a... No, that's a bite. So he just bites with all heads. Then he can do acid spit. And I can breathe fire too. So yeah, he's a very cool creature. So yeah, that's all the creatures I'll show for this mod, because there's a lot of them. Coming in number 1 is a set of 2 mods, and they are MarniiMods Wildlife and MarniiMods Horses. These mods add a lot of extremely realistic and high quality animals to Ark that are very fun to play with, and also bring a lot of life and variety to Ark's different biomes. So first I'll show MarniiMods Wildlife creatures. So this it doesn't add as many creatures as Shad's Atlas imports, but they look much more realistic, and they much more realistic sizes, and they have like their own. They all have a special use. So first is the cattle. This is a male one, so it's a bull, and there's the cows. So from the female cows, you can actually get milk. So you can just milk the cow, and then you'll get some milk from it. There's the chickens. I made a lot of chickens. And there's also roosters. So the roosters will wake you up in the morning, and the chickens will just lay lots of eggs. Then we have an exotic bird. He's just a cute little bird. And there's the snow leopard. He's pretty large. Much bigger than a real life leopard. But yeah, snow leopard. Lions. So this is the male lion, and this is the female lion. And these guys get a pack buff. There's the small creatures. So there's the gecko. He's so cute. Look at him. There's the rat. Frog. These guys are so tiny. You can see me next to them. An owl. A snake. A cat. The cat is so cute. I can pick it up too. So it's just on my shoulder now. And then there's a raven. And this guy will give you experience if you pat it. Just pat it like that. And then I get experience. That's kind of covering up my screen. And then there's the... Okay, how do I make this go away? 300 seconds. I can't even see my screen. Okay, I'm just gonna be back when this is gone. Okay, the experience buff is over, and I can see my screen again. So the last small creature is the hare. So it's just a rabbit with very big ears. So then we have the... back to the normal size creatures. So this is the shadow cat. It's kind of like a tiger, I guess. An elephant, which is kind of like the elephant from Shad's Atlas Imports, but this one has normal tusks, and it isn't as big. Actually, it might be the same size, but its tusks are different, and its stats will be different too. Then there's a wolf, so he's like a weaker version of the direwolf. Camel, and the mountain goat. So I'll ride a couple of these creatures. I'll start with the cattle, the bull one. Okay, so this is his walking animation. This is sprinting. Or he kind of just runs head first. And then he can headbutt. And what else can he do? Okay, that seems to be it. Just a headbutt and sprinting. And the female... Oh, he can jump too. The female ones are probably more useful because they produce milk for you. And then next I ride the snow leopard because he looks pretty cool. Oh, his tail is so fluffy. Okay, so here's his walking. Oh, he blinks too. That's so cute. Then there's sprinting. He goes much faster. Then his bite. And a roar. Oh no, it's raining. Okay, I'll be back once it stops raining. Oh, and you can jump. Okay, it stopped raining now. I'll ride the lions next. So this is the alpha lion. I'll just make the other two follow me. There you go, you can see them. So there's the bite. Oh, okay, it's a swipe actually. Oh, okay, so it alternates between a bite and a swipe. Then a roar, which will make everyone else roar as well. And that gives us a pack buff, so it'll make us stronger. And there's this... Okay, yeah, so there's the hunting mode. So this will make it so I can find creatures more easily when I do hunting mode. Then I can turn it off by pressing that button again. And yeah, that's all for the lion. Oopsie. And I can also jump. He does this face as he jumps. Okay. So then I will show the giraffe. Then we'll get on to the next mod. Okay. Oh wait, there is no giraffe. I mean the camel. The giraffe is from Shad's Atlas Imports. So the camel, he's pretty big for a camel. You can just ride without a saddle. And he runs very derpily, like this. He's like, his legs are going all over the place. And I can, okay, I'll just do my normal walk. And you can see his nose wiggle. And then there's the He does like this stomp, kind of. I wonder if he can harvest with this. Okay, he can. And then he can... Oh, he can spit. That's so funny. So you can spit with this guy. And... Oh, he can jump too. Look at that. And since he's a camel, he can also fill up with water. If I just go over to this water. I ran out of stamina. Okay. So I'll just go over to the water. And his water will probably just fill up over time. So yeah, now I'll show the next mod. So the next mod is MarniiMods horses. So this mod adds a lot of different horses. I think it's like 8 or something. So each one has its own special like traits. They look different, they have different speeds, different weight, different health, different damage, different stamina, and so on. So first off, there's the Dray horse. This is kind of like a war horse. So he'll have lots of health, but not be as fast as some of the other ones. Pedestria, which is another war horse. A Corsa. Kehilan. I'm probably saying these wrong. Siglavi. A pony. So this is just a tiny horse. A Garon. And a Rouncy. These guys they're kind of rare spawns. They're probably like they're the same rarity as the Equus. So they're not too hard to find. So I'll just ride the pony so I can show the animations and stuff. So this is just the walking, then sprinting, and there's a headbutt, and there's the buck, which does from behind. Oh, and then there's this emote. And the inventory, you can make lassos, like with the Equus one. And with the lasso, you can lasso small creatures and pull them around with you. Well, those are my top 5 best creature and animal mods in Ark Survival Evolved. If you enjoyed or found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, and also make sure to be subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss any future top 5 mod videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.